Hello, welcome to episode 58 of the Screen Age podcast. I'm your definitely early, not late ever again host, Connor.
And I'm the super early, not late host, Rodrigo.
Yeah. A little bit of a mix up this morning because we changed recording times this week, but you know, it's busy time of year.
It is. Sure, look, we're here now.
Mm-hmm. We're here. Our delectable voices are here to soothe your ears.
Yoy. So, what would you like to sound on this week?
We'll go movies because we obviously we managed last week to not bring up something, and I was happy with myself. But this week, it's physically, metaphysically, mathematically, biologically, anything else impossible not to talk about it. Which I assume was one of the things you have to talk about, because I haven't seen it, and Rod wanted to go through movies instead for me this week, so this was on you, buddy.
Yeah, it wasn't actually one of the things I wanted to talk about at all. But he is talking about Spider-Man. yeah. Okay, I guess we could talk about that.
That.
I mean, was that a big surprise though?
No, in fairness,
Spider-Man to break box office records. Not really.
No.
It was expected. It was. I've never seen such hype for a movie since probably Endgame, and even then, I think that the hype around this one was just even bigger. I did see it, of course. Fantastic. I think it's the best MCU movie for sure.
Oh.
And it's the second or third best comic book movie of all time.
Oh, I know what two movies you're putting ahead of it. I know one for certain.
Yeah, what's the one?
I know the one is Dark Knight.
Yeah, The Dark Knight's the best comic book movie of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the other one?
I don't want to say it's another Batman one.
It's not another Batman.
Yeah, I know it's not, because the other two wouldn't be that high up.
No.
What else could it be? What other ones have you discussed? Because you
won't be shocked when I say it.
No, I won't be shocked, but I'll be kicking myself because I should be able to just go bam, bam.
Yeah. You should.
What is it?
It's Logan.
Oh yeah, I should have said that as well.
Yeah.
I think it's because I don't think of Logan as a comic book movie.
I guess so. Yeah.
It's something special.
Yeah, but that's definitely two.
Yeah.
Three with this one. This one definitely, I must say, it definitely lived up to the hype.
Cool.
It didn't disappoint. So I recommend everyone to watch it and stay off any fucking TikToks, because Jesus, everyone's spoiling the shit out of this film.
Yeah, which is why I'm not on it.
It came out 2 days before here in Ireland than everywhere else. And I finished the cinema, opened TikTok. The first TikTok I got was, without warning, without anything, it was just a spoiler from the film. I was like, Jesus Christ. But just stay off social media if you want to not get it spoiled. But yeah, good. Right, other things?
Yeah, let's move on to the things you actually want to talk about. Oh, I'm blowing up my mic.
Yeah, so after the Ghostbusters movie came out.
Yes, this is something I want to saw.
Afterlife. Which was very successful and apparently very good.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it myself.
Neither.
But they have they're working on bringing Ghostbusters 4, 5 and 6
3 more
with the original team. No. Like, we were already not happy with yet another Ghostbusters film.
Ghostbusters. Oh my god.
Ghostbusters film. Which, okay, maybe we were wrong, but bringing all of the cast back, which you can't bring one of the 4 back because in that film they say he's dead. So
he is also actually dead.
He's also actually dead. But I mean, they could have brought back a different actor to play the character or whatever.
No.
But I don't know. I feel like move on. I feel like just move on.
Yeah, I don't know how to go and do 3 more movies. Like, look at them. They're really they're really coming on in life at this point. So like,
yes, they're getting up there.
I love the original Ghostbusters. Also the Ghostbusters video game where Dan Aykroyd and oh Christ, I think it was the guy that I can't remember their name. I go back to this so I remember their names. I should be able to guess off the top of my head, but the game that they actually wrote, that was fantastic and was brilliant. Oh yeah, I think it was Harold Ramis. Oh no, yeah, it was definitely Aykroyd. I think it might have been Ramis. Harold Ramis, the guy that died. They wrote the actual game and it's brilliant. So I love Ghostbusters. I think it's hilarious and brilliant. But I think it is actually time to kind of, move on.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I think it might just be. Are you okay today? We don't have to do this if you're coughing.
No, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, we live.
Like it does say they could team up and return in 4, 5, and 6. So I say the kids could be the main focus of it, and they're just like mentors. I could deal with that, but if they're actual,
they're out there fighting.
No.
Yeah, because with having old, like old actors, and then having to do stunts and shit, you're gonna have to use CGI at some stage, and then it's just gonna make it look a little weird, Because, I mean, they're old, they can't, they're not their usual selves when they were younger, and they can't be running around and shit,
Yeah.
So, yeah, but if they're there just kind of like giving them a bit of like hints of what to do and what not to do and this and that, and just more of a cameo than like actually being there, it's okay, I guess.
Yeah.
That could work. Yeah. But we go back to the same thing we always go back to. Just be original. Like, come up with more original things. You could do something like Ghostbusters, but don't have the name Ghostbusters on it.
Well, I mean, this one did work. If you just continue with this storyline, it'll feel more original than something they're going to do. But again, I'm okay with them being mentors. I just, if they focus on the kids more so rather than have the hype of the original, like, remaining 3 or 4 coming back. I think it's remaining 3. There was a 4th character at some point, but I don't think he did much. So the original 3 are coming back, then it's like, okay, cool, I'd be happy with that. But just stay, like, you can do Ghostbusters, keep it in the same universe, because it's 4, 5, and 6, 3 more movies, but just don't have it try to, like, as a not a reboot, almost like a remaster in the future type of thing.
Yeah, because you could already just sense like that scene with some sort of hype music of them putting on the suits, and like then they come out and they're all 3 just standing there, and then someone makes a stupid joke, and then we go on. You can just see it happening.
Which works, but, like, they're funny enough to probably make it still funny, but nowadays people won't get it.
No, but if they, like you said, they keep with the kids, I think they could work. Could work. So, yeah. Do you have anything, or will I keep going?
You keep going. I couldn't look at anything.
Oh yeah, that's true. So Warner Bros. Have I don't know if you remember this year, they said, all our movies will be going to theaters exclusively.
Oh yeah.
They have also committed that next year they will all continue to come out exclusively on theaters, and then eventually come to whatever HBO Max or whatever it is.
Okay.
Which is good to see, because now that we're able to go back to the cinema, we can actually go see them. And there was a bit of worry with like certain movies like Batman and stuff that they were just gonna go straight to HBO or something like that, and it would ruin it a little bit. But no, it seems that they're gonna stick with their original plan, which is good to see, unlike other companies. Disney. What? I mean, it's good. I'm glad, because there was a bit of a worry last year where it was kind of looking like cinemas were going to be a thing of the past.
Now they're back more than ever.
But they're definitely back more than ever, and hopefully they will continue to succeed, because there really is no, you can never compare an experience of watching it in the cinema than watching it on your couch or in your bedroom or whatever.
I just barely got there with a VR headset, which I really need to use over Christmas more. It was so cool. Also, the entire time you were talking about this, this is my pessimistic brain coming in. Thought something else was going to happen. Thought something shitty was going to come from this. But they're like, it's all good. It was like, no, something bad must be happening to the cinemas. There's no way you've gotten this far into a sentence and not said something bad about the cinemas.
No. Cinema's doing good, I believe.
Oh yeah, awesome.
Yeah, so that's I'm glad. I am glad. Well, the only bad thing about cinemas is that in Ireland they can't open after 8 o'clock anymore. But anyway, that's an Irish problem.
Oh yeah, well that goes to pubs and nightclubs and restaurants and shit like that. So you know.
Yeah, but sure, look, the shtick doesn't come out till after 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So it's good. We're all safe.
I don't know why. I love the idea of a evolutionary biological virus going, oh, sun's still up. Or no, almost there.
Almost there. I don't clock in till late. They're just
Plastic, like, look, work overtime.
There's someone standing there. Go get him. It's like, I'm not on the clock yet.
It's not the time. I'm not working overtime this time. I'm not paid by the hour.
I'm not paid by the hour. Yeah, but that's funny. But anyway, that's an Irish problem more than everyone else's problem. But yeah, I hope more companies continue to do what Warner Bros. Do to stay with theatre releases, and then eventually have them on stream. You know, because obviously DVDs are a thing of the past and they're dead. So
don't say that to my brother or parents.
Okay.
Don't.
But
we have
they
over 260 of them.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, most things don't play DVDs anymore.
That's the thing, yeah, Xboxes, everything, yeah.
Yeah, but look. Yeah, that's just another way of them taking our money, but
you know, works.
Yeah, it works. It definitely works. But it's just easier to stream them now.
Keep on rolling. You're doing what I got things.
Keep on rolling. Keep on rolling.
I can interject something if it makes me want to go through. Make sure.
I have two more things, but if you want to interject,
the only thing I have to interject is I'm seeing Dave Filoni has come out. It's like, this is the reason why I think people like Boba Fett, which I'm not really saying that he's wrong. Yeah, I'm not saying it at all, but I'm just more so saying, why the fuck is someone like, this is the most obvious thing you could you could turn around and say, why do people recognize a country by its flag? Because it's iconic. It's understandable. You look at it and go, Ireland, America, or something. Like, you look at the helmet and go, that's Boba Fett. That's why people like him. He's iconic. You don't have to come out and say what the fuck it is. You don't have to come out and say, this is why I think people like this guy. It's like, no shit, Sherlock. Of course that's why we like him. Look at the man. He's badass.
Exactly. Like, if he said, oh, this is the reason why we like The Mandalorian. Okay, fair enough. We've never had The Mandalorian. That's fair enough. Boba Fett, what?
He's always been
iconic.
There. Yeah, he's always been, like, even the background when he said nothing, we were like, cool. When we saw him as a kid, we were like, kind of cool, but like dorkish. But then we saw him in the Clone Wars as a kid, we were like, even cooler. And then we saw him as his dad, and we were like, cool. And then we saw him now fucking beating the shit out of stormtroopers with some form of Aborigine weapon from New Zealand or Australia. I think it's New Zealand, isn't it? No, so, yeah. I'll look. I want to give his culture credit, so uno momento.
I believe it is.
I do think it's that.
New Zealand.
Timura Morrison. Why did I just look underneath his name? New Zealand, yeah. So, like, of course we're going to look at the helmet and go, badass. Don't have to come out and, like, clarify this. It's just obvious.
Yeah, there was no need to clarify this. We knew. And even, like, I saw a couple of things on, like, Rogue One and the director coming out and, like, saying that he doesn't regret killing all the main characters. And I'm like,
I wouldn't.
Yeah, that's what makes the whole film fantastic.
And
the fact that they had the sacrifice for the greater good and whatever.
It is funny you say that, because people like think it's like, oh, I don't care that the characters die because they didn't like get developed enough. I was like, that's actually the only, I really think it's the only thing people don't like about Rogue One, is like they didn't like care enough about the characters. But like I think it's an unfair statement because we have enough characters that fucking like really care about not in the original trilogy or the new trilogy, the original and the prequel, absolutely. Sequel, no.
Yeah. Bar Finn.
But
and
Poe, Finn, yeah, and I do like Daisy Ridley as Rey in fairness, but like I they would not be high on my list.
Yeah, fair.
Maybe Poe just for Oscar Isaacs.
Yeah. But I did see that he was like, oh. And he was also like, "Oh, I'm glad no one like disliked my film." I think he was like, "I think the general consensus is that people quite enjoyed my film."
Yeah,
was like, yes, it's
absolutely,
arguably definitely one of the better ones.
Oh, certainly, I think it's up my top 3.
It definitely is up there because it's just good from start to finish, and that Darth Vader scene at the end is just. Oof.
And the people who say
did that man justice.
Oh yeah, and people who say that it's better than Empire Strikes Back, you need to get your heads checked a little bit. Just a little bit.
Definitely. There's no better of a film than that one.
No, that's perfection. That's the thing. It really is perfection.
Yeah, even now, how old it is, it's still, it's still perfect. You can still watch and go, wow, that was beautiful.
Yeah. Though I don't forget
the 40 years old.
Yeah, I don't forgive the Lego game for the Dagobah mission. That was one like I hate that mission. Oh god. Anyway.
Mm-hmm. But
what's your next 2?
My next 2. One. Have you seen the Flash trailer?
No.
Okay, so basically, I feel like in classic DC fashion, they're always jumping the gun. Forming the Justice League too soon.
Oh god.
So they're going straight into the Flashpoint. With the first Flash movie, you get boom, Flashpoint. So what does Flashpoint mean is basically he's going to be able to travel between universes and all that shit. So in the trailer we see we see like 3 different Flashes. All played, I'm pretty sure, by the same guy.
Ezra
whatever his name.
Ezra Miller.
And then they've already confirmed that Ben Affleck is in it, and so is what's his name?
Fisher.
Michael Keaton.
Oh yeah.
Is in it as well. But now they've come out. Ben Affleck has come out and said that it's likely. Well, it's not like it's possible that George Clooney will return as Batman in this film, and God, please no. Oh God, no! Please.
I don't want the return of Bat Nipples. No one wants the return of Bat Nipples.
No one wants that. That was a phase that definitely came and went with, and no one wants to remember. Oh God! When I read this, I was like, "Who thought this was a good idea?" Okay, having Ben Affleck back as Batman, great idea, because he's a great Batman and great Bruce Wayne. Just have poor movies and scripts. That's fair. Michael Keaton, some consider him the greatest Batman of all time.
Rightfully so.
Great, bring him back. A bit of like, just I guess fan satisfaction or whatever it's
nostalgia.
Called. Nostalgia and stuff like that. But no one in their right mind would go, yeah, I hope George Clooney's in this one. If you said Christian Bale, even if you like, yeah, just Christian Bale, you were like, yeah, great. But if you bring up like Val Kilmer or George Clooney, it's kind of like
no. I would have lost my mind. I would have proper lost my mind if they brought back the Batman from Gotham. I would have been like, I'm watching that movie just because these people understand what they're talking about and realize that there's other live action things, and Gotham is actually a good series. I am kind of having an internal fight not to rewatch up to season 4 at least. Definitely the first 3.
Like that would be cool actually if there was a really young Batman, because he's still very young in Gotham. He's
really young.
Under 18?
Oh, I think so. But his suit's cool as well.
Yeah, so that would be a cool thing to have in this one. But I feel like they're again jumping the gun. Like how many years and movies did it take for Marvel to go, yeah, now it's the good time to introduce the multiverse, and we'll do with Loki, and then we'll have fucking the Doctor Strange film and blah blah blah. It took years to develop that, and DC have gone, yes, we've had one successful 4.5 hour long film. Let's bring in the Flashpoint.
No, we've got one successful 4.5 hour long repeat
of a shitter.
Of a shitter.
And it's kind of like, you've jumped the gun.
Yeah.
Like, even watching the trailer, the only reason I got hype was because they don't even show Michael Keaton. They showed the outline of his suit. I got hype for that, and then I also got hype because they showed they don't really show it, but the Batmobile, from the Michael Keaton one is in it, so that's cool. But other than that, it's kind of like, why are we jumping the gun so quick on this one? But look, what can we do? You know, what we can do. And yeah, that's DC for you.
Great.
But
staying on track.
The last thing I want to talk about is IMDb released the top 10 most anticipated movies for next year, and I want you to
I see your face.
Kind of guess. Some of these are some of them are obvious, some of them are questionable that are up there, and definitely questionable ones.
I'm going to nip this in the bud. Straight up. I'm going to assume Batman is not in the top position.
Batman is number one.
That's fine. A little bit of faith has been restored.
Yes, Batman is the most anticipated film.
Okay.
You know, okay. Do you want to have a guess of any other films that should or shouldn't be up on this list?
Okay, I'm going to assume... I don't know. Would Disney's Strange Planet or Strange World be up there?
No.
Yeah, that kind of got released. Wes Anderson's movie, I can't remember what it's called. Something with Paris.
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
I may not have to do it Paris. I'd be surprised if that one isn't there. I can't remember the name of it. Oh God, is there?
Number 2 is definitely a shocker. I feel number 2 is definitely a shocker.
Oh, it's like Planes 3 or some shit.
I
run
wish.
through.
Okay, so I'll go from bottom to top, right? So number 10 is The Flash.
Okay, that is already starting off with a shocker.
Yeah, because I don't feel like anyone's really hyped for that one.
No.
9 is Uncharted. I see it, but not really. 8 is Mission Impossible 7.
I see that.
I see that one. I see that. Yeah. Sorry, that was 8. 7 is Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness. I think that's way too low. I feel like that's way too low.
Way too low.
And beaten by Jurassic World.
Oh, Dominion.
Domination. Dominion, sorry. I don't know how that made top 10.
I have no idea either.
5, this might be the one you were talking about, but I don't think so, is Killers of the Flower Moon.
No, but that is
yeah,
something.
that I definitely see that one up there.
Yeah.
4 is Top Gun.
Oh, I forgot that movie's not out yet.
No, I don't. It definitely should not be in the top 10, but definitely not number 4.
Far from it.
Definitely not number 4. Then 3 is Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
Okay. I see that. Yeah. And 2 is Scream.
I'm an avid horror fan. If I haven't made that clear on this, I'm not doing my job right. I love horror. Love movies. I will like rant about any classic from Nosferatu up to The Cabin in the Woods. I love them. But what the fuck?
The exact same thing I thought. How the fuck is Scream at the number 2 spot?
How is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2 not up there?
Is that not... That's not next year, I think, is it?
Oh, is it next year? I'd be surprised if that
sure.
wasn't next year. I'm surprised Doctor Strange is that low. I'm surprised. Yeah, that Killers of the Flower Moon, that sounds really good.
Oh yeah, Spider-Verse is next year, but maybe they did this list before it was the date was released or whatever. But and obviously Batman at number 1 is the correct the correct number 1 there. I mean, it definitely is the most anticipated film this year, I think.
Yeah.
Next year, sorry. But we can move on to TV now.
Sure.
Which leads me to the IMDb top 10 list of most anticipated shows for next year.
Okay.
Number 10 is way too low, and number 1 should be nowhere near number 1. But give us a guess. Give us a guess.
So next, TV show that's going to come out next is number 10 Peaky Blinders?
No, number 10 is not Peaky Blinders, but Peaky Blinders not even in the top 10.
What the fuck? If the words Pretty Little Liars come out of your mouth, I'll choke you to death.
No, Pretty Little Liars is not there.
Oh God. Okay,
there's a lot of bottom to top. Number 10 is Moon Knight. Way too low. Way too low.
Alright.
Number 9 is Peacemaker.
Okay. Oh, come on. No, Moon Knight's way ahead of Peacemaker.
I know, but like whatever. Peacemaker probably top 10, yeah, but definitely Moon Knight is way ahead of Peacemaker.
Yeah, that should be so
Moon Knight
much
should
higher.
be at probably looking at this list 2.
4 to 2.
Number 2 should be number 1.
Okay, that's a film.
I'm rising. Number 8 is Miss Marvel. Who the fuck wants to see that?
Oh yeah, I forgot that was a series coming out.
7 is She-Hulk.
Oh God, they're all fucking superheroes so far. We're on 7. We've said 4 now, and 3 of them are Marvel. 1 is DC.
Yeah. 6 is Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
I see that.
I see why, but I'll hold reservation.
5 is Last of Us.
Oh, come on. Yeah. It should be a bit lower.
4 is The Sandman.
Yeah, that should be higher, but yeah, I get that.
Definitely should be. But that definitely should be up there.
Definitely up there.
Now 3 shouldn't be in the list, but it's Pam and Tommy. And you probably don't even know what Pam and Tommy is.
Oh, it's Pam Anderson and Tommy. It's
Tommy
Sebi
Lee.
Stan, Tommy Lee. Yeah, it's their sex guy.
Yeah.
No, that I can see up there because it's very new.
Could you?
Yeah, that I can see
guess.
because it was quite a famous thing in the past, and it's a big music thing. It's a scandal. Yeah, I can see that being up there.
Fair enough.
Not that high, but on the list.
Definitely on. Okay, yeah, definitely on the list. Not number 3.
Not that high. No, plus Sebi Stan isn't there.
Now number 2, I think should be number 1. Is The Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
But what's number 1?
A bit of a shocker here. No Mandalorian on the list. Let's see the face. No Mandalorian on this list.
Or what is wrong with the people of this earth? There's no Mandalorian. There's no fucking Peaky Blinders. Moon Knight's at the bottom of it. Yeah. What is the first one?
House of Dragon.
Well, that's something else in TV, I guess.
Oh, House of the Dragon tops the fucking IMDb most anticipated series of 2022. That is funny. That is very funny. The only way I could justify The Mandalorian not being on this list is that it's new series.
Oh, because that is the only reason.
That's the only way I can justify this being there. But House of the Dragons being at number 1 is a bit of a fucking...
No, it's
big
just
there.
It's just people hanging on to just a toxic relationship.
It's true though. It's very true.
Absolutely, it is true.
But look, we move on. That's the list. That's a shocker of a list.
Fucking have to move on anyway.
But what do you have now?
I reached out Boba Fett. 'Cause that's something I need to watch Wheel of Time. Sorry, that's something that's came up there. I just kind of had Boba Fett. Really, I kind of keep seeing things about it, and I kept telling myself I wasn't excited for it, but I just kind of keep seeing small things, and I'm like, you know what? I'm looking forward to it. I'll fucking say it.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I feel like I'm also looking forward to it. And the director has said that the trailer just shows like kind of the first part of the first episode, because everything after the second half of the first episode is like there's like apparently a massive thing coming, and they don't want to spoil it. Don't know what that is.
I know.
But I hope this show isn't just a fan pleaser, kind of like just drop a bunch of things that we've seen or heard about before, and then it's just kind of like just kind of making us happy. I hope it really is good. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it is coming out like 2 days before the year ends.
Yeah.
I hope it is good. I really hope it's good.
Yeah, same. I do hope it is good. I can't really imagine it not being so, to some degree, even if it's just for nostalgic reasons. It'll still be.
Yeah. Even for nostalgic.
Yeah.
Speaking of Mandalorians, do we have a Mandalorian release date for the next season?
No. I keep checking.
It's really annoying.
Super, super annoying.
Because when did the last one air? Last year?
Yes.
The 18th of December. So today, a year ago.
Oh, cool.
That's kind of cool. And it ended. So we're going to have to wait over a year to see The Mandalorian Season 3. Now, I understand there was delays with, with everything that happened. But to not even have a release date is kind of bullshit.
At this point, yeah.
At this point, because I feel like the longer we wait for one, it's probably going to be December of next year.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't be surprised if they leave it till after Obi-Wan Kenobi and after maybe Ahsoka, if that's coming out next year. And it's like 2-year wait for The Mandalorian Season 3. It better be the greatest fucking thing in the world.
Oh,
I know.
Yeah.
But look, we just want The Mandalorian, please.
Yeah.
If Disney's listening to this, please just give us The Mandalorian. I doubt they're listening, to be honest.
I doubt it too. Share it.
But what do you do?
What else do you
got? Have you heard of the next live action movie, or is it a movie, or no, it's a series, sorry, the next live action series that Netflix are going to pick up? It's based off an anime. No, there's another one.
Oh wait, do you mean there? Oh, I heard. Wait, sorry. I think you said a bunch of words together, and my brain just kind of went not again, and then just kind of like jumbled them all up. Did you say the next live action show that Netflix is gonna make into an anime, or make from an anime?
Mhm.
Did you say that word, like those words?
I did. Yeah.
Couldn't even get them word for word from what you said, because my brain just physically just wants to repel all of that, because apparently they don't fucking learn. If you say some of the big ones,
it's one of the big three.
It's not Naruto, is it?
No, God, no. That would be a nightmare.
It's not Dragon Ball, is it?
No.
Because that's not really one of the big... Wait, what's the other big... Not My Hero.
It's Bleach or One Piece.
Well, it's obviously not One Piece, because they're already doing a live action one of that.
It is One Piece.
Wait, did you not know this already?
I know, but like they released the whole cast.
Yeah, right. This is months old.
Is it months old?
Yes.
No.
Months old.
I must have just decided to
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
just nope.
Rightfully so.
This is a lie. I know we always say how shit live action movies are, because they are,
series.
But this is going to be super shit.
No, because like I know we said this in the past because we mentioned that this is going to be made into one, but I think we can compare it now to another live action show like with Cowboy Bebop. It's a normalized show. Like it's not like a weirdly or extravagantly drawn character models that are way out of proportion. They are normal people that have augments or something like that you can easily do with CGI. This is not going to look good at all. No, because the main thing of Luffy is that his hands can extend after a while. You're not going to make that look good.
His whole body can expand.
I know, it's famous to see his arms do it though. Like, it's not going to look good. The whole thing about anime is art style. And the moment that Netflix understands that, the moment they turn around and go, it's not the story, it's like, because I'm watching a show at the moment called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Everyone actually knows this show. Everyone in the world has heard a reference from it. Everyone in this world uses it on fucking TikTok. And I swore to God, for ages, I thought, you know that bass line where it comes up to be continued?
Yeah.
Swore to God that was from a sitcom of some form, and it has what is a roundabout playing in the background. Swore to God that was from a sitcom. It's from that.
Oh really? Wow.
Yes, that's one of the main things, and loads of the sound effects as well you'll hear is from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. But that has such an iconic art design. But the thing is, even though it's random, brilliant, and so unusual, the art style will still push people off because that's a main thing of anime. So if you take out the main thing of an anime show and just slap in some westernized ideas, that's the worst trade-off I've ever heard.
Yeah. Like, and the characters in One Piece are not all human.
No.
You have monsters, you have fish people, you have all these other different species. How are you gonna, like, get that on the screen?
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. Is it called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? Is that it?
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, yeah. You definitely know it.
I don't think this is... Is this it?
Can't tell.
This is it.
Trust me, there's no other JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Oh, there's like... What you might be confused with is there's like 4 or 5 different JoJo's.
Okay. I thought this was a cartoon. It is a cartoon, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an anime, right?
Yeah, but there's a difference between a cartoon and an anime, no?
To an extent, it's an anime though. Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry, now I kind of get what you mean. Yeah, no, it is an anime. Which is the thing.
No. I was kind of confused with something else. I don't know. I looked something up the other day when you said it. Something else came up. What's coming up now? I don't know. But anyway, there's a live action JoJo Bizarre Adventure. You want to see it? Movie.
Really hope not. Wait, is there?
Yeah, there is a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure movie.
Joe, this is gonna be bad for me. Bizarre Adventure. How is it? No, it couldn't be. Oh my God, there is. How in the 9 realms of all things sacred, unholy, and mystical has it gotten 100% in Rotten Tomatoes? It's gotten a 4.7 on Amazon UK.
Surely it's not that good.
I'm not gonna watch it.
God, but yeah.
Help everyone! What the fuck? None of these people are buff enough for the show. Why do I recognize you?
But
continue. I'm going to be looking through these names. Oh yeah, that's why she's using your name. Yeah, no, fuck that. I did kind of hope you were going to talk about there was like a Netflix are picking up another graphic novel to adapt, and it's The Hated. It's a female western.
I did see that actually. Yeah.
I can't for the life of me find it on fucking Google. Yeah, graphic. What the fuck? Oh, never mind. I looked up The Hated, and then so it's like type graphic novel, but Gravity Falls came in, which we were watching and almost done. Can't fucking wait. God, it's not that expensive. So yeah, The Hated is going to be a Western show that's female led, and it looks pretty. I think it looks interesting. The cover art looks cool.
It does look pretty cool, actually. And they are gonna keep it, as far as I'm aware, they are gonna keep it animated.
Oh no!
No, it's live action. Never mind.
It is live action. I'm okay with that.
That is okay because it's not based off an anime. It's based off a comic book.
Graphic novel.
Yeah, so that's okay. That is okay. It does look cool. In fairness, it does look kind of dark and what's the word I'm thinking of? Just I guess dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hope it's good. But Netflix have a way of ruining things, so I don't know.
A mystical way of ruining things.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of like they just they go out of the way to do it. That's the show Gravity Falls.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the one I'm getting confused with JoJo's one.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I did say both of them during the week.
Yeah, because I remember, yeah, I see it now. That's why I was asking you, is it not a cartoon? Like that.
No.
That's why I was asking, because I was like, I swear to God, I looked something up and it was a cartoon, and I knew about the cartoon. Yeah.
I love that show, man. I love that show so much. Oh, it's so fucking good. It's so funny because they're so aware that the jokes they make are going over kids' heads that they say at one point in the show. I can't remember. I think it was like there's a TV show. I was like, I can't believe they're making jokes that are really written for the older audiences that go over the kids' heads. I'm like, you're just talking about your show. It's so good, and it's also emotional as well. One of my favorite characters got an episode that we watched last night. I was like, oh my God. I love that show.
The bad thing is there's only 2 seasons of it.
I know, and we got like
cancelled.
We got like I don't know if it got cancelled. I don't know if it ends. Oh,
it got cancelled after season 2.
I can
Disney decided it wasn't popular enough.
It's definitely gotten more popular as it went on
over time. Yeah,
as it went on. But I definitely think nowadays climate, when it comes to how it's like what we were talking about last week, people need to be spoon fed things. Like I notice it nowadays a lot with like people who watch a lot of modern shows or like haven't experienced a lot of like way older classics. That like if I was to say a joke, that would be like kind of one of the more well written ones from Gravity Falls. Like it could be like in my mind that's placed right in front of me and like that's a smart joke and it's funny, but other people won't get it, and I'm like, you're almost the same age as me, and it's loads of people. It's not just like people who I have indirect contact with. It's like loads of people, who just watch new shows, only watch those new shows, won't get those type of jokes. I'm like, come on, that's the comedy you should be looking for. But I could see why it would get cancelled nowadays, and I know why it won't be brought back is because of those type of jokes. But I also find it funny because there's a new show that we also started watching yesterday because like we're looking for some random to watch called Amphibia, and that was also a show that had very jokes like that. It was real kind of like, it wasn't as smart as Gravity Falls. They definitely toned it back a bit, but it was still stupid and but witty and funny. So I was like, I can see why you're not going to put all your like focus into this for a younger audience, but you should definitely do it for like a young adult, older teen audience. That's because I think that's like what people need to be watching more nowadays, is that type of smart, like use your brain for a second to get the joke type of thing, rather than just being like, oh, fun.
Oh, someone fell over. That's funny.
Next season.
Yeah, because I definitely next season. So yeah, that's definitely you definitely see that with like kids films. That's why I really enjoyed The Boss Baby 2 when I went to watch it, because there was so many jokes. Like hinted towards the adults, and or just jokes that you had to kind of just take a second for it to sink in, and those are just the funniest jokes, and that's why I enjoyed it so much. Obviously they had the stupid comedy of like making baby noises or falling over or getting shit thrown on your face or whatever. Like, that's fine, because obviously you gotta have that comedy as well, but it's the ones where you have to kind of just think about it for even a second, and it's just funny. That's the comedy we grew up with, and I guess it's just the comedy that like we just want, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, but like, it's like some shows are still coming out, but like that's also another thing that happened with, I think it was Owl House, is a show we're gonna watch as well. But they were also like, that got such a cult following, especially in the community, because I think there's like a few openly bi characters in it, and then they're like, it doesn't fit our catalog. I think it's the almost exact words Disney used. Is it like a catalog or some shit like that? I'm like, oh, representation inclusion doesn't fit in your fucking catalog all of a sudden, because it is. I see it constantly, because I'll see posts of Gravity Falls and shit like that, so I'll like them, so I obviously get shows like it, and that was one of the shows that always come up. And like, there's another spin-off series of it as well, so it was so popular, like, no, it doesn't fit our catalog. I'm like, fuck you, it doesn't fit your catalog. It's just, I don't know what the fuck you're thinking about.
Yeah.
I'm not even a member of the community. I was annoyed for them.
Yeah, it's weird. But yeah, what else do you have?
I don't really have much else. That's kind of, I didn't expect to go on a rant with Gravity Falls. It was a good day for me.
10 out of 10.
I do see Warner Brothers saying they would love to develop more Harry Potter content. Now,
I did see that.
We've had this conversation privately in the past of what shows we love to see, but I say the main one that we both would love to like we've mentioned in the past is the Aurors. And we came up with a thing of like, our main thing is we want to go away from Hogwarts. If they stick away from Hogwarts, that's perfect. We've seen so much of it. We have the reunion, and then there's also a possibility that there could be further things with those three in the future. Now, honestly, I'm kind of okay with that, which is a weird thing. I thought when if I ever read that headline, the first thing I'd do was go, fuck you, no, leave them alone. But as soon as I saw it, I kind of went, no, there is things you can do with them. There is kind of things you could, like, there are stories and plots that you could follow along with. But if it's a series, you stay away from Hogwarts. At least stay away from like modern day. If you go back to its inception, if you go back to when it was built and made with the 4 actual main people of the houses, that to an extent I can understand, because it's that series will end. It'll end in the development of Hogwarts. That would be awesome. Yeah. But I would absolutely love, and I know I said to you, and you said you agreed to as well. I would love a series where it follows 2 Death Eater hunters, and just like Mad Eye Moody, like whoever the fuck is, like in the height of Voldemort's reign. Even bring it back to then, even make references to it, but have it then and just see where they go from that, because that sounds fucking awesome.
That does sound awesome, and again, it goes back to that we haven't seen any of that before, and just stay away from Hogwarts. Like, we can't just send that point home any further than just stay away from Hogwarts. We've gotten enough. We've gotten the story. Just explore. Like the whole magical universe doesn't revolve only around Hogwarts.
No, and look, they tried to do Fantastic Beasts, but they just kind of did it poorly because the America Ministry of Magic was so fucking goddamn boring.
Yeah, and then they went back to Hogwarts anyway.
So yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like we're always for Harry Potter content as long as it's good.
Yeah.
Like we obviously grew up with it, so it's our thing. So yeah, bring it back, but well done. Stop with the Hogwarts. Don't do bullshit. Just you can do it. But yeah, how do you feel about the new Fresh Prince of Bel-Air show?
Really don't have any thoughts on it. And I mean, I'm sorry to kind of cut you a little bit short this one, because I just saw a headline which is the question: why is Grey Anatomy season 18 rating so bad? I was like, have you not seen the show?
Why?
Have you not seen, like, I remember watching a bit of season 4 and being like, God, this has jumped the shark, it must be season 12. And he was like, no. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, it's all like this.
And that was the peak. Yeah.
And I was like, I was like, oh yeah, you also missed the episode where a man got an RPG round stuck in his chest. And I was like, this happened prior to season 4. This was, and there's 18 seasons of it, and some lad got an explosion. I don't fucking know why.
I don't know either.
Know why. Two minors had sex at one point. Oh my god. Yeah, you know.
It's just, it's such a like bad content that I really don't know how people like.
No, I have no idea.
I don't
it's so
get it.
mindless.
Like, I understand the whole like liking doctor shows and like it having drama and all that. Like, I get that sense of like there is people that like that kind of content, but like 18 seasons of continuous same bullshit,
numbing brain, smoothing shit is just
like every episode is something's going on in the hospital, someone's coming in with some sort of fucking weird shit, they have to figure out how to do it, and in the background there's a bit of drama because X likes Y, but she used to go out with Z and Z used to go like X. I was like, stop. And then at the end of the season they kill someone off, and then it's like, oh, okay. And it's kind of like, just stop.
Like, what you described there is a lot of medical dramas, and that's actually like you just kind of said the blueprint of what a medical drama is, because what you said there is Scrubs, is House, is The Resident, is The Good Doctor, is all of them. Yeah, it's all of them. But what makes it Grey's Anatomy so bad is that they take that. And then they just take the same blueprint and just like smear it together. So it's like two medical shows in one. And then they just get crack and heroin and then just feed it to the fucking writers and go, now, this is what we want from you. So not only are they seeing the same blueprint twice, they're high off their fucking minds going, we know what to do with these 4 things. And then goes with that. I know,
it's so strange. Even that episode there with the whole like RPG, it doesn't make sense.
No.
It literally what happened was someone got shot by an RPG and it entered their body, didn't blow up, and the paramedic had, I believe it was a woman, had her hands inside this person holding it to make sure it wouldn't blow up.
It's not how an RPG round works.
I know. And then they had to evacuate the building, and the paramedic was like, oh look, come here, and she asked for someone's help, made them swap hands, and then you ran off. And I was like, I'm not blown up. And I'm just like, that's not how RPGs work. The second that leaves that thing and the tip gets a little like compression,
that's
pressure, it goes skaboosh. You know, there's no way someone is being impaled unless it went in backwards. No one touched the tip of it. No one's getting impaled by an RPG.
The thing with the RPG is that it's literally a grenade that literally pops out. It's rocket propelled, so it comes out. But you have like 1.5 meters ish, like 2 feet to 1.5 meters of like, I can't really remember the actual distance, where the flight fins have to open up, and once they open up and click, they arm. So that man had to have been within 1 meter of a fucking RPG that went off for there even to be a chance before it would go off. But then you're also right. I don't know why she's holding on to it. There's nothing in there is going to explode. You're right. There's a percussion cap at the front that once that gets compressed, it just explodes. So I have no idea what she was holding on to. It's not a timed explosive. It's not a frag grenade with a pin coming out. It's a fucking plastic cap at the top.
I know. It doesn't make sense, and I understand they have to exaggerate things to make it interesting. I know, like, I watched one of those medical shows before. It's called The Night Shift, and it was good or whatever. But like, these lads came in with a metal bar. They were in a motorcycle accident. There was a metal bar going through the shoulder of one into the head of the other, and the one that had it right through her head was alive and well. And they were just like, okay, you can't move because otherwise it'll move in the rain and she'll be a vegetable. And it's like,
it's through the
she'd be dead. She's dead. Anyone gets impaled by a metal stick through the head at a velocity of that speed, and that velocity is dead.
Mm-hmm.
So I know they have to make it dramatic, but like make it believable at the same.
You know what's the craziest part about that? Is that there's some middle-aged daytime people watching you without a job or some shit, and they go, "Oh, she's alive!" And I was like, "Yeah, there's a reason why you're here at the moment watching this show."
No, you can't go after some people like that now, Connor.
I will. I will continue to do so.
Alright, we'll move on to games, yeah?
Yeah. If they're that dumb, I will. That's what I'll say. If they're that dumb, I will.
Fair enough.
There are people who struggle and I feel for you, but if you're that dumb, there's a reason.
Well, we pinched a nerve there.
A little bit.
But
That'd be caught. I don't think it does.
What games?
Games.
We got one announcement for one game that I'm very excited about, and we haven't got one in the series in a long time, which is Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
There was an announcement of a Splinter Cell game. Now the bad thing is it's a remake. It's not a new game. It's a remake. I don't know how to feel about a remake.
Oh. Wait. What? Sorry, I blacked out for a minute. What are you talking about?
It's a Splinter Cell game. That's not the next game. It's a remake.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah. What is it? Do we know? Is it?
It doesn't say which one is going to be remade.
Okay.
It just says Splinter Cell remake. Stepping Out of the Shadows. Is that a game? Was that a game?
I don't think so. No.
No, but like I love Splinter Cell games. They're really fun. They're different. They're just a different feel to a shooter game. And we haven't had one since Blacklist in 2013. That many years ago. And I never understood why we never got another one, because they were all really good games. They were all fun.
I'm not 100% sure either, but just as they kind of went on, they didn't really change, and I think that's why. Like, they were good, but like it's like Lamb of God in the metal scene. They don't change, but they're pretty good always. But you kind of just trickle along every now and again. They just look good, but like you kind of lose people that way. And I think I saw a headline there in the devs when I bring in new people, and that's a good idea. And it's definitely time for a shake up. But I would be okay with a remastered, like a heavy remaster of a bunch of old ones. Keeping the same feel, obviously, but like just up the graphics, especially Double Agent. I love to see that remastered.
Yeah, I guess if they're kind of going for that, just kind of like touching it up, making it look better, and just kind of not necessarily revive the series, but just kind of just make it look better, and just for anyone that wants it can get it or whatever. I guess that the reason they probably stopped was the lack of multiplayer capabilities of that type of game. Because you can't really have a multiplayer game in a Splinter Cell. It's a bit weird. So it's really just a single player game. And I guess back in 2013, the multiplayer was where it was. You know, you needed to have an aspect of multiplayer that was good in your game, otherwise it was gonna fail. Yeah. But now there's more emphasis on single player games, I feel.
Certainly.
I feel like more people are looking for single player games rather than multiplayer games, because most multiplayer games are the same. It's either team deathmatch or an objective base or a fucking battle royale. So I guess more people are looking for single player games that they can play for hours on end. So maybe this is an aspect of why they're doing it as well.
Yeah, and look, changing the way a game is played is definitely a good thing. Like, look at Halo Infinite. I got so scared for a little while because I completed the campaign. I love that fucking game. I think it's absolutely fantastic. But I didn't see anyone. I said it last week. I haven't seen people like say how much they love it. I haven't seen people say how much they hate it. And I was worried for ages. I was like, why is no one like going on about this game? What the fuck? It's getting really good reviews from critics, but like I was looking through comment sections, people weren't really talking about it. I was like, oh shit. But then Xbox released a post about it. And it was just comment after comment after comment of like, this game is great, this is brilliant, there's something you could change here, but this game is good, this is great, this is like a little thing you could tweak, but overall brilliant. I was like, oh, they love it. But that's the thing, they've changed how you play it. So changing how you play it, like old fashioned and well game, absolutely. There's also something else I want to talk about in Halo related things. So
yeah, they definitely went for a different feel in this Halo game. They changed a lot of the mechanics from old Halo games, but they also stuck to some old mechanics and brought back some old mechanics. So they got a bit of the best of both worlds. They got the best from the old ones, the best from kind of the new technology, and then kind of mangled them all together, and it worked really well. And even the whole open world campaign works really well, rather than because Halo's always been obviously mission based, other than like ODST, which has some sort of open world aspect to it.
It
but
does.
In general, it's mission after mission after mission. Yeah. So having a really big open world that you can kind of have so many collectibles and this, that, and the other, that you can kind of explore a little bit. Obviously, it's limited, the world that you're in, and then obviously do the mission is cool.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to the other thing I saw about Halo that I didn't want to talk about that I'm worried. It's more so about the TV show, but it's still in kind of, I want to keep it in games as well. They're not using game canon. They're creating their own timeline, which they're calling the Silver Timeline, which I don't give a shit about. Because Halo has such an intricate lore and story behind it in the game that's what I'm looking at every time I go through Halo. Every time I look at something Halo based, I go, not lore. That's what I look. Is this canon? There you go. For you to just get rights to a show and then just say, yeah, we're not doing any of the core stuff, we're going to make our own show. It's ballsy and brave in its own right, but I don't know in my mind it might just be me genuinely looking at this and going, here's a reason why I don't want to watch it. I'm keeping my distance from it.
Yeah.
It could just be me being like that, but at the same time, I don't know if you're just gonna like completely have a different feel to what Chief is. If you're not gonna like, my issue is if they do things differently in that it won't make us connect with Chief, because it's like, okay, yes, we get put in the armor with Chief, so that's why gameplay works so well. As a story wise, we just love Chief. We just love him himself. We love how his character is developed and gone through the story. So having him again come back in randomly and then just get developed yet again in a different sense, I really question why you don't just pick another Spartan 2, 3, 4, 5 and just go from there.
Yeah, like if you're not going to stick to the canon of the games and go completely new, completely fresh, why not pick a completely new, completely fresh fucking Spartan and go off with that?
Absolutely.
The exact same story you're gonna do, just with a different Spartan, different name, and Cortana has a different name, whatever, and just go different, different. Why do you have to go with Master Chief and not stick to Master Chief?
I know
it doesn't make sense. You know,
the game itself.
3. Yeah.
Customize the armor, do some crazy
shit. Exactly.
Sorry, go
explore. There is so much lore in Halo, like insane amount, more than meets the eye.
Oh yeah.
That you can literally do anything you want, but you pick the one that everyone is picking. Like we focused on Master Chief for the past like 20 years, and it's kind of like, let's do a new one if you're doing a TV or a movie. Let's do something else and leave the game Master Chief alone and leave it in there. Why pick it again? It doesn't make sense.
I don't know. I'm just worried about it now. Because you're right. Just choose someone else. Just take something like another name and just shove them into it. That's all you gotta do.
That's exactly what you do. And like the annoying thing, I guess, is because they're trying to use Master Chief as like the it's like, oh look, come here. It's like, it's Master Chief. Come watch our show. But it's not Master Chief that you know. It's different. And it's kind of like, so it's not Master Chief. So like, you want us to come because you got Master Chief, but you're not giving us Master Chief, which is counterproductive.
If you really want to utilize the image of him, just use a Spartan 2 but a different name. Because once you see the helmet, you go, oh, Halo, or oh, Master Chief, and then link it to Halo. But then you're like, oh yeah, there's more than just him. But like, and you can still call it a Silver Timeline and have it completely different. You can have the Covenant be a bit different. You can have everything be a bit different. But just like, if you're gonna get Chief, and you're gonna get if you're gonna get the Spartan 2s, you're gonna get Chief. Don't do a whole new story, because that's the reason why we love Chief, which is the story we know of already.
Exactly.
I'm not looking forward to this.
No. And I don't think most people are. I think when the trailer came out, there was a bit of like, ooh, this looks cool. This
once we saw that Spielberg was the executive producer, we're like, damn right.
Yeah, and it was kind of like, oh, okay, this could be finally a good Halo show. Yeah. Other than, I guess, Red versus Blue, but that's more of a kind of YouTube
web series. Yeah.
So it was kind of like, okay, they can actually do this, and now they've come out and said that, and it's kind of like, yes.
There's a catch. I that's the thing. I always knew there was going to be something. I was like, if it gets published, there's going to be something that makes me go, nope, and that was it.
Yeah. Yep. It's annoying. But the Ghostbusters actor Ernie Hudson says a new game is definitely happening. So we were talking about
if it's like the other one, if it's exactly like the other one, I've perfected in 9 hours.
Yeah. So yeah, apparently there's another one already in development, not like coming out, like eventually get developed. It's already in development, so that's kind of cool.
If it's like the other one, I will have it perfected in 9 hours, and that entails playing the game twice. I did it genuinely.
What was the last Ghostbusters game?
It was a top-down one, as far as I remember.
Was it?
Yeah, it was a top-down. There might have been a shitty one made for the female recast one, but from what I remember, it was a top-down, kind of go through a house type of thing. It was alright, but it's nothing compared to the other one.
Yeah, no, that game was just
beautiful. It's such an overlooked game.
Yeah. It's just an underrated game, I think, because it is just really, really good.
It is. It's so funny as well.
Yeah, and it feels like it shouldn't work. But it really does. It really does. And even really I believe it came out in 2009, so it's quite old, but it still to this day stands. I know it was remastered and everything, but even the gameplay is just still still there. I'm dying.
You are.
Fairness, I held out well for the whole episode.
Well, we've still got another few minutes.
I know, but I'm just saying, a little tickle. Let's get a little tickly in here.
Okay.
A little tickle in it.
Stop.
But what other game news do we have?
Oh, we got a delectable, and I mean, chef's kiss and delectable, Elden Ring trailer. That, like, as soon as I saw it, I heard a bunch of violins playing. I just went, it's Yuka Kitamura. I was like, that is 100%. What I loved about it though is because last week we were talking about female composers and stuff like that, and I sat there and I went, that's Yuka Kitamura. That is a Japanese female composer who was an absolute, like, wondrous video game composer in Dark Souls and Bloodborne as well. Absolutely fucking beautiful. She did other things as well. I was amazed when I looked through some of her things. As soon as I heard the violins, like, that's who it is. I know it is because she's so good at it. But just the way they're already building. I have a feeling what this trailer that we saw in some way was like in Dark Souls 3 there was like an E3 release thing. They obviously haven't really done that this time, but I feel like that had a big for the Dark Souls song playing throughout it, and that was like going through what Dark Souls 3 is and what the world is. So I have a feeling that's what this is too. Introduce another character as well that they've now come out and named. I haven't seen the name of it yet, but like it's showing the world, the history of it, the characters that you could have to fight, how beautiful it fucking looks, the songs, that oh my god, it is like I know I talk about not pre-ordering games. I know I talk about not having a hype for something and keeping your mind at ease. I know I've said all these things. I know I'll continue to do all these things after Elden Ring comes out. Because like seeing the network test and the beta test of streamers, especially streamers that I watch and who would be very okay with giving out about the game, and they were like, "This is awesome. This is brilliant." Yeah. People are already breaking down stuff. People have already modded the game, by the way. Someone has added CJ from San Andreas into Elden Ring network test. That's how quickly these people are working.
Jesus Christ.
I know that I love the community, but like hasn't been a single person that's been like, yeah, no, I don't really like this. It seems too easy or some shit. It's like there's something there that will just make it harder, or it's just to suit people, and it's just like, yeah, we're all looking forward to this. And now there's this shit, and like even now with another trailer, they go, yeah, here's another part, by the way, that we're just not showing. It was like, how much shit are we missing?
Yeah, that's mental.
Oh,
and like. I'm just looking here while you were talking about Elden Ring, because I remember us talking about that collector's edition, and they went on pre-order 2 days ago.
Fuck!
So you missed it a little bit, and it's all sold out now.
Obviously,
it's sold out like ridiculously fast. But they have paused the reservations because. So they will have more
awesome.
Available, but they have paused just from the overwhelming amount of people that went on and got it. They weren't expecting so many people to be willing to pay €260, pounds, whatever, for this, and they just were not ready for the whole, like, because the second they announced the 16th is coming, blah blah blah. And then it was like, boom, opened, and it was just like, within a day, they were all gone. Like, you know, it was mental. It was crazy stuff. Quite impressive, if you ask me.
Oh, very, very impressive.
For it to just go that quick. That's mental. I've never seen a game, for a while anyway, get this much hype and this much anticipation. It's mental.
Yeah, they're doing it right.
It really is crazy.
They're just doing it right. Because like, it's been released ages back. It was like 2018 or some shit like that. We were like, oh yeah, there's another Dark Souls-ish game coming out. We're like, awesome. And then it was just like dead silent. And I was like, hey, guess what? Here it is. Right.
Here you go. It's really cool. I mean, you could even if you get the launch edition, you still get good stuff. You obviously get the physical game for whichever console you want, whatever, and then you get 3 art cards that depicts the scenery, and then you get a woven patch. You love patches. You get a patch, which looks it's quite nice. It's the three circles with the line coming down. Yeah. So it looks pretty cool. You get a poster and you get a steel book. Like, and that's €70. That's only €70.
That's normal.
That's like base price. Like, that's pretty good. And then obviously the collectors and the premium collector edition says that they're mental, but they're still awesome. But even if you can't get one of the other ones, getting the base one is still cool enough. I hope what they do is, even after the game is released, you're still able to go in and purchase the premium collector edition and stuff like that. I hope it's not just a pre-order thing and then that's it. I hope even after, you can still go in and buy the premium editions and the collector editions and stuff and get all the exclusive content. I hope it's not just a pre-order thing, because you know, people missed out on buying it, like yourself and stuff. So I hope so, because for your sake.
Who knows, really.
Yeah. It's mental though. €260 is awesome. It's definitely worth $260.
Yeah.
Like, we've talked about other ones being like, not really.
Yeah,
but that one is definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it. But yeah.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, I'm pretty much. God no, I know there's. I'm happy enough to go. I mean, Hogwarts, the legacy developer, there is going to be new news to share in 2022. Means fucking nothing to me though, because what the fuck?
That's 365 days. You know, we could be waiting 360. So. Yeah. We get it. I am excited for that one though.
Yeah, I am. It's ironic that we're saying that because it's going back to Hogwarts, but at least we get to explore it in a different fashion. It's not with Harry and Hermione and all that. It is different characters, so that's the only difference, I guess. Yeah, and we got another trailer for Horizon Forbidden West, which, you know, looks good. Can't really say much more about it. It's more trailers. Yeah, now I've kind of said all I want to say. So we're talking about Halo and Elden Ring, as I always fucking do.
Yeah, we can have just an episode talking about Halo and Elden Ring. You'd be happy to do so.
Oh, delightful.
But we can almost nearly have a separate podcast just for that.
Oh, easily.
But yeah, so are we done?
I'm done.
Okay, so make sure to follow us on Instagram at The Screen Age, where we post movie reviews and TV show reviews, and
there's going to be a few coming.
Follow us on our TikTok, where we have a load of funny clips from Let's Plays and
there's a load of them coming too.
Yeah, and go to our YouTube, where we have Let's Plays.
Not a load of them.
Not a lot of them. We've kind of stopped with that because of exams in college and stuff. But we'll get back to them eventually. But yeah, that's it. And bye bye.
Bye bye.